Okay. Hi. Hello. I still didn't really figure out what to say when the stream starts. It's always kind of awkward. But we are back with this game again, where we are a teenage on an alien planet, and I didn't even get to be born on Earth, so I don't know what other life, besides the spaceship life. I wonder if that's like... I feel like there should be like a bit... But anyway, hi. At least you say hi to me. You are like helping me with my streams so I don't have to just talk to myself. But yeah, so we are back with this game when you're living our life on an alien planet and we will see what will happen. Didn't really get far yet. Just got to go through a wormhole which caused some weird issues with my memory and such. And once again, a reminder about all the content warnings. I was going to make a automatic comment on that to show up on the chat, but I will admit I forgot. So once again, I'll look through all the trigger warnings that are plentiful in this game. Okay. So I think we'll just continue. I do need to go to work later, so there is no time to waste. And here we are back with our lovely non-binary trees that seems pretty stressed right now. Yeah, I'm quite stressed. I should probably go rest. And our lovely colony in space. So yeah, I was trying to say, Ariel, that I kind of wonder in like real life if we ever did something like that. I feel like there should be some bigger period of adjustment or something. Like imagine your whole life you lived in a spaceship enclosed in walls for like 10 years of your life. You like never really knew anything else, and then one day they just let you go outside and it's suddenly like sky above you. I like remember when I used to read fanfics on internet and I would find some fanfics about Fallout, and there was always this thing when like people emerged from the underground bunkers and stuff for the first time in their life. They were like always overwhelmed by the sky above their heads. But yeah, here we are. I think we were supposed to... That's the colony name. I don't remember what we were supposed to do, but I know I wanted to talk with all my lovely friends. Also, once again, I want to say that the fashion in this game is very much on point. A sharp whistle interrupts your thoughts. Hey trees, Mars calls out to you. Come here, I have a job for you. Why is this child having a job for me? We are the same age. I don't think she's my supervisor. She likes me a tiny bit, by half of her heart. And she has a lot of hearts, which is probably good for her. You walk over to Mars, who is sheltering from the snow under the ship overhang. I'm upset, in a way, that there is no snow in those images. Like, there is snow when we walk on the map, and they mention snow, but then in the actual drawings, there is no snow. I felt like they should add snow. It's so gross here, she complains. This spark snow would ruin my good clothes. At least on the ship we had climate control. Yeah. So that's kind of what I was talking about. A completely different reality of life now. Tammy made me some soy sweets, but there is no way I'm going out there in all this weather, she continues. Since you like running around on it, could you fetch them for me? I mean, yeah, why not? I don't mind. Good, Mars claps. She's probably just down the hill near our quarters. Mars sings. She's scared to take more than a few steps from the door. All she wants to do is hide inside and make sweets. I mean, that's fine. Everybody has their own hobbies and stuff. And we probably all like sweets. Is that you? Is that you with the soy sweets? Yeah. Tammy is staring obviously at the sky, smiling to herself. She startles as you approach. Oh, hello, Trees, she says, putting her hand to her chest. Do you need something? I'm here for Mars soy sweets. Tammy smiles at you. Oh, it's so nice of you to help out Mars. She's a very important person, you know. I don't know who that is. I mean, maybe my character knows, but I don't. She hands you a box, or is she like personally important to you? You mean? Are you having a crush on her? If that's so, that's kind of cute. She hands you a box wrapped in a pink and yellow scarf. It matches her clothes. One order of mango soy sweets made fresh this morning. What? That sounds interesting. I do want to try that. She says, please tell Mars that she can have the scarf back, okay? She used some of her kudos to nano-print it for me because it's so dusty here, but I think I'm getting used to it now. Ah, there is definitely some amount of feelings out there. Tammy smiles again and tucks her hair behind her big elven ears. I just didn't even pay any attention to her ears. Wait, does she has ears like that? Mars is so cool, she says fondly. Sometimes she's kind of bossy, but I know she really cares too. They have a crush on each other. I support young people finding love. Mars puts her hand out expectantly. Give it here. Why would I don't see any reason why would I want to interfere with those two people having their childhood romance story here. You hand over the box of soy sweets with a smile, and I like being loyal to my friends. Mars takes it and jiggles. You're such a good sidekick, doing everything I say. Well, I probably won't do everything you say, but just going to pick up some sweets from your friend is not exactly much of a demand on me. So, yeah. If you told me to like go and stab her or something, I probably wouldn't listen. She opens the box and hands you a soy sweet. Your tip, she tells you. Oh, an administrator Seg's looking for someone to do delivery jobs for the depot, she says. I don't want to do it, cause like, ew, running around out there now. Just go through here, she says, gesturing to the door behind her, and tell them that I referred you. Oh look, I found my first job at the young age of 10 years old. Wasn't I gonna go and like sleep or something? I'm stressed from all the physical and mental exhaustions I was doing. But I do want to ask about the job, I guess. Fine. Oh, I can't. I'm not tough enough, nor organized enough. I am one tough. And completely not organized. Okay, bye. I guess in that case I will just go to sleep. Because I think we talked, I feel like we talked with everything around. With everybody around. Everything. That's mean of me. I feel like that icon means that she has more to say. You see Tammy sitting quietly near the entrance to the lounge. You known her for, well, your whole entire life. Back on the ship, you... I don't know, she seems like she's good at studying, and she would like to study, I guess. She could be like my study person. Tammy was awful, just awful at Earth history. She thought Europe was the name of English Queen, and the Pacific was a famous ceasefire treaty. First go in one of her huge ears and back out the other. Why are we picking at her ears all the time? No matter how hard you tried, she never seemed to improve. Her ears perked up hopefully when she sees you. Hello, Tris. I was hoping you would help me with some homework. I don't mind. I feel like an Earth history would be a difficult subject. There is a lot of history already. Like, even if you just have history in school right now, there's like thousands of years to learn about. And it's difficult. Sure. Why did I lost some reasoning? Did I have one, like 0 anyway? Oh, thank you, she bounces up and down. You spent a couple hours trying to teach her the difference between exothermic and endothermic reactions. One makes heat and other absorbs it. Why is this so hard for her to understand? The thing is, Tammy never loses heart when she fails a test or gets an answer wrong. It's inspiring even though sometimes you feel like you get dumber after studying with her. Wow. Well, she likes him more now, so that's nice. But I feel like we are being, for some reason, extremely judgmental of this person. I don't think they deserve that. What's with the judgment? And it sounded like physics, not history. And that's difficult. Okay, we're just gonna relax for the whole entire month. And apparently also make friends with Tammy. And we can also forget a memory. Future is complicated. Do I really need to? I guess I wasn't completely stressed, but I also don't. I could just. Whatever. I realized that it said that it's minus 100 stress, so I could push myself. But again, we should be mindful of our mental health here, and I don't think it's the most reasonable approach to go rest only when you're stressing on maximum. You should try to keep it balanced. Don't burn yourself out completely before you go to spend a month resting in the lodge. Go somewhere when you are still not all the way up there. It's nice to take some time off to chill after all the stress of school and work, not to mention the mental toll of just living on this unpredictable planet. Not much happened with the planet itself, more with the wormhole. Looks like you are not the only one who needs some downtime. Some of the other kids are also relaxing in the lounge. I think Cal was my best friend. And Tam was cool. I think I like those people, so I'm gonna hang out with them. Yeah, the fashion. I want this shirt. I wonder, part of me wants to find somebody online, show them this photo and ask how much would it be to make something like this because it looks really cool. Cal is braiding Tammy's long hair and weaving in strands of little colored bubbles. This one's called a waterfall bride, I think, he says. I saw it in an archive read, but it's really tricky. He's doing a terrible job of it. His short, clumsy fingers getting all tangled in the strands. Well, I appreciate the spirit though. I am completely not a creative person. I'm not gonna be mean because I already know she has a crush on somebody else. And also that's just making awkward and being a bully. I can do his hair. You sit behind him as he sits behind her like a mini conga line. You braid some short strands of Cal hair, putting one of the little bubbles at the end of each one. He finishes Tammy's hair, is almost recognizable as a waterfall braid, then touches his own braids and jiggles. Now we will do yours, they shout in unison. You jokingly try to escape, but Cal sits on your legs while Tammy gives you a beautiful braid. Sounds like I got the best deal out of it, honestly. At least I had a person who actually knows how to do it. I don't want to forget my first steps. I'll let my friend is strong. Yeah, I guess so. I wonder what's the reason to do this. A gameplay reason to do it later, I guess. This week you had a few more bouts of deja vu, remembering what somebody is about to say or do just before they do it. Sometimes they actually do it, but not always. Yeah, I have mysterious powers granted to me by a wormhole of knowing the future and the past and different timelines. I mean, I don't know that, but I assume so. That would just make sense. Amazing. All the food looks delicious. This looks like fingers. There's a bone in there. I mean, yeah, a bone in food. Not exactly a crazy concept. I wonder how this tastes. And then just random head that looks sad. This morning you were sure Professor Hall was going to trip on the uneven floor in the cafeteria and spill his plate of hash browns. You even told Marge to watch. He didn't though. As Professor Hall walked away, his hash browns safe for today, Marge called you a liar and a dummy. Yeah, that's probably why you don't people you have knowledge of potential futures. At night your dreams are all mixed up with stuff that you know can't be real. You are chased by monsters the size of buildings, only to be saved by strange people you never met. You are holding hands with someone you love. You are crying as you help lift a shrouded body into the colony recycler. Well, that's sad. Everything seems so familiar, but when you try to recall their faces when you wake up, they are smeared in your memory like wet paint. Okay, well, they are not making it very mysterious because this is clearly potentially the adult version of one of my friends. So, clearly I am having dreams about things to come. And they sound very sad. So that's not good. I hope that's the future we can avoid. But what if... It even tells you it's there, her name is there. If you move your cursor in the right position. But what if those things haven't happened yet, but they will someday? Well, I need to prepare, study, have a bit more of my stats, I guess. I have a lot of empathy. Anytime you try to tell someone they think you are playing a trick, or that you are sick and need to go to medbay, you eventually decide to stay quiet about your strange dreams. Why? I mean, secret powers are fun. That is true. And if I really can sometimes tell the future, that will probably come in handy and allow me to do some stuff. So I can get behind that and just, not that I don't worry about those potential negative and unpleasant futures and monsters and my friends dying. But I would like to take it in a stride and turn it into something positive and believe that I can use my powers to help everybody and ensure everybody's gonna be safe. I can also get behind this one because I already know that my friend called me a liar and a dummy for saying that something would happen and it didn't happen. So not standing out in this scenario would be probably important to 10-year-old kid, especially since we are in quite an enclosed yeah, I know. Hi hybrid, nice to see you. And I know my mic catches everything. I need a better mic. I need to do some setup later with those noise gates and stuff. Didn't really get around to it yet. Lol, that's intense. It's not like cutting watermelon makes a lot of sound. I will try to set up this noise gate stuff later and everything. I just kind of worry because last time it ended up breaking the microphone somehow. So yeah, I was saying just wanting to be normal will probably be quite important to a person of age 10 that's living in this enclosed space with limited amount of potential friends. Don't want to alienate yourself. But you would also hope that they will be nicer to you about what you are going through. Especially since you can't prove it in the end. Every now and then, probably a lot of time, what I say will happen. So it's not like I don't have some real life stuff on my side. And I also wouldn't want people to worry, because if they think I'm sick and need to go to medbay, like, I don't want my parents to think there is like something that they need to take care of when they already have other work. So I don't know. I can get behind all those options. But myself personally, like, I wouldn't want people to worry. I personally don't think would care much about that part, because when I was 10 years old, I was already pretty much bullied through everybody in my primary school. So I don't know how it is to be like considered normal by the general population of like a school. So it's not the most important thing to me, but having secret powers is fun. I'm inclined to pick this option, but I would like to point out that my reasoning here is that it's not I'm trying to make light of the situation of potentially some danger coming towards my friends and my family. It's just that I want to have a positive outlook on this and make the best out of the, well, cards I was dealt. You start keeping a private journal on your hollow palm, recording the events where you remember something before it happens. You also write down your dreams when they have that feeling of being real. You like the idea of being magic and seeing the future, but some of those dreams are very scary. But it also see this is like a reasonable, responsible approach. Keeping record of everything, keeping notes in case it will actually come in handy. I can get behind that. You hope that, like Professor Hal hash browns, they don't all come true. And the time passed to the next month. Okay, well, anybody has anything to say? Tammy has barely left the safety of the ship's quarters and lounge since you landed. She's looking fearfully out from the doorway. I'm afraid of outside, she admits plainly with no trace of shame. My dad says I need to take baby steps, and that it's okay if I approach new things at my own pace. Well, that's nice. It kind of sounds like everybody around here so far has pretty good parents, but I guess they were like, since it's a colony in a like spaceship, everybody was probably evaluated in many ways before being allowed on board. If they were gonna do 20 years of spaceship journey and then colonize an alien planet. So I would imagine they make sure they picked like right people for the task. And in my own head, right people for such task is somebody who will be a good father. I want to perform a random act of kindness. You start simply. You give Tammy an enormous hug, sharing the love. Tammy gets a lot of hugs, but you make sure this one feels special. She hugs you back, wiggling back and forth happily. She's surprisingly strong. And then, even on the card image, it's those two. Thanks, Tris, she says breathlessly as you squeeze the wind out of her a little. I really needed that. Aww. Oh, before you go, she adds, and produces a box with a slice of cake in it from the folds of her skirt. Where were you carrying it? Do you want this cake? They are so fun to make, but I need someone to help me eat them. That is something I can do. I will make you another on your birthday if you like, and we can trade hugs for cakes again. That's like... I'm really getting out of this way more. I can produce hugs on demand. I can just produce hugs in a second. You want a hug? I'm here with the hug. But I feel like you need to probably work more to make a cake. You are really kind with your cake prices. Hi. How are you? Oh, hi, Tris. Marzipan looks bored. My dad made me come out to get some fresh air. You know what's so fresh about it? It's always full of acid snow or pollen or water, and I don't know which is worse. Well, it's a fresh I don't actually know. I guess we just consider air to be fresh when it's outside. Huh. Why do I need to persuade her to tell her about my day? I guess she's not gonna hear about my day. Bye. How are my parents? Oh, how are you? You have something. I wanna talk to my parents first. Look at all those cool looking people. Everybody just looks amazing. You spot your dad playing cards with 2 other agroculturists. You don't recognize the game, but you watch your dad throw down his hand and groan, then peel off his shirt and toss it into the pot. I'm literally losing my shirt over here, he says, and his 2 friends laugh uproariously. Your dad wipes his eyes, chuckling, then sees you. Hey, Tris, you need something? I would be upset too if I lost this shirt. I like the art style too. Everything's so pretty. But like, look at this fashion sense. Look at this shirt. It's like such a plain shirt, but then you have this whole thing up here. I don't know, it's everybody's dressed so cool. Like this dude, look at his shirt. Isn't this amazing shirt? I want it. Yes, Trey. Definitely. Why not? Yeah, I like it too. Like, all of this is amazing. Cal is riding around the geoponics garden on his hoverboard. The board comes to a sudden shattering stop on the rocky ground in front of you. Cal falls off but catches his balance before he eats dirt. Good job. Hi Tris, rare ground is way harder to hover on than ship floors. There are bumps everywhere. Okay. Really? Isn't like dirt and loose dirt and like grass and random stuff actually softer than falling on like ship floor? Wouldn't like the ship floor be made of like metal or like some kind of like hard surface of some kind? I'm skeptical. Maybe. I will just provide a screenshot. That will be my part of collaboration. Make clothes. They clearly do. That's just, I mean, yeah. But he's adapting right now. And I mean, if that's how you feel about it, I don't know. Oh no way, I didn't mean it like that, Cal exclaims. It's actually really cool. Hovering outside this rat, look at this. He runs over to a small depression in a nearby hill and presents it like it's something amazing. Look at this, it's a skate bowl. I mean, I feel like I'm gonna get myself hurt or something, but I will try anyway. And it gave me 1 toughness out of a freaking 100. Sure, but please be careful. Mom says if I break my hoverboard, we can't make another one. One day, if you break this one, we will just need to create an industry to make them someday in the future. How many people is here right now anyway? You take turns riding around the bowl, trying to get up enough speed going down one side to come back up on the other. You don't land on peaks. It's hard just staying on the board with this uneven ground, but it's still fun. I think I rode like a skateboard one time in my life, and it took everything I had to just stay on it and not fall off and move forward. So I can relate. Thanks for fun. Okay, what can I do here? I could shovel some dirt for my strength and toughness, It will give me toughness, friendship. Happy for your son. I'm glad he's enjoying it. And I'm glad you are enjoying me saying dirt. Dirt. You should also enjoy this tiny robot watering plants. It looks like a weird duck. The greenhouses have different biomes inside, growing plants from air that might belong in a desert, jungle, or temperate forest. Some are so delicate you have to spray off any germs in an airlock before you can enter. Yeah, I mean, this is our food source, so it's probably quite important. The seasonal garden outside is dotted with blue nobodies. Little flowers with what look like wriggling creatures stuck inside each other. Asing explains it's a decoy meant to attract some kind of flying predator to come pollinate the flower. Well, I do like gardening and stuff, but let's say what other options we have out there. You are not making fun. Everybody loves how I say dirt. I thought it was a thing. Like, how could we even exist in this world if I don't say dirt the way I say dirt? I forgot to talk to my mom. I don't think she has anything new to say. Okay, bye. My best friend looks more like a child of my parents than I do. At least they coordinate their fashion. Okay. Oh, hi. That's the worm thing. Nothing new here. You are new. Yeah, I can 100% assure you, hybrid, there was no feeling like you are making fun of anything. Saying dirt is my thing. Tangan is hunched over her hollow palm, frowning and poking hungrily at the air. She speaks without looking up at you. Professor Hall wants us to prep a list of native flora with pictures. There should be a catalog on the colony Holonet, but I can't find it anywhere. I mean, if she's looking for plants, then yeah, looking outside sounds like a good idea, but that sounds really judgmental. And also, yeah, this one is actually the answer that's like more reasonable, because that's just like, oh, did you try to look outside? Like, what does that even mean? I can help her find the catalog, which is helpful, and that's cool. But I am a child of people who are doing gardening on this planet, so we could just make our own list. I feel like that's actually like, if you want to, like, if you find a catalog, that's already a list of native flora with pictures, right? So how are you gonna prepare your own? Let's just be our own explorers of this new world. Yeah, but it's funny. Like, I don't think you were making fun of me. I think we are all amused by those things. I mean, that's like, when you are teaching other people speak your language, or like listening to other people speak different languages. That's kind of like part of the endearing fun and bonding time, kind of commenting and laughing and how hard it is to pronounce this or that. I don't know. I always feel like people enjoy that. Duncan is dubious but agrees to try your idea. The two of you run around the colony are taking pictures of all the different verdumnum plants you can find and making up fake sciencey sounding names for them, like Vuncus shrubus or Purpleus crasium. Okay, that is not exactly what I had in mind, but I hope that the teacher will appreciate our enthusiasm. and it did give me some biology knowledge somehow. After an hour, you categorized 51 different species. Tang doesn't think it's a very complete list or a very scientific method, but she figures you must have learned something. I guess I'm cool with that. Maybe we should have a look at the catalog, but we can just look on the catalog when we want to study. Like, I mean, this was studying too, but the homework was make a list, make a catalog on your own, not just like copy paste the existing catalog. So, okay, what we can study here? Creativity, persuasion, biology, reasoning. I already have so persuasion, and I want to be charismatic. Where can I go? I wonder if there is like a place where you can learn empathy. Not here. What about here? Is it just resting? Yeah. Okay. Well, let's have some classes then. Just gonna continue with my humanities. It's not even that stressful. It's impossible to partner with either Tang or Mars for group work this month. Every time you try to get one of them to be your partner, they're already stuck to each other like glue. You can't imagine they will be friends, but the evidence is right before your eyes. Oh, I hope everything's okay with like Tammy. Doesn't she have a crush on Mars? What's happening here? Is it like a beginning of some kind of drama? Okay. This thing again. Looking for more difficulty? This harder card challenge option will keep you on your toes. I don't think I look for more difficulty. And now, I do want to have some level of... Okay. Those were like... I forgot how the game worked. Giggling. Memory of me giggling is useful for my studying of humanities. What if I match like the same colors? That's good enough. What if I throw in... Is it like... Does it even give me anything if I go above 6? That didn't go above 6 anyway. Well, seems good enough, so I'm cool with that. I worked well. Became more creative and more persuasive and more stressed. But I also am calm. That helps. And became better friends with my friend. And the month changed. No more snow! Ah. They like snow. Oh, they are hanging out. Tammy Dad is the head of the expeditions, which means he's out surveying the jungle every day. This morning you see her crying in the doorway as he leaves. I don't like when he goes out there, she sniffs after he has gone. But he's so brave. And so are you, that's why I like you, Trees. Well, thanks. I mean, according to this, I'm 0 out of 100 brave. So I'm not sure how accurate this statement is, but I appreciate the sentiment. I'm not empathic enough to give her another act of kindness. How do I become more empathic, though? How are you? Kali's crouched beside a big puddle, staring into his reflection. It's just so amazing, don't you think? On the Strato we could only have very short showers, and we had to reuse the same water over and over, he continues. But here water just falls out of the sky and then lies around in puddles. Lakes even, it's a whole thing. A happy watering boat travels by. I think this is like cool and cute. It definitely would feel like very different adapting to life on an actual planet after like spending your whole life living on a spaceship. Yeah. It is a cool world. How are my parents today? You spot your dad looking longingly towards the forest. You ever think about what's out there? He muses. There could be anything we don't even know. He sighs and leans on his rake, and I'm stuck here pushing dirt around. I mean, I would have hoped that before we went on this 20-year mission of getting to this alien planet, we did at least some level of sending probes, of surveying, making sure this place is inhabitable for us. I guess depends in how big emergency we left Earth. Maybe the Earth was already like all on fire and there was nothing to do and we just had to go. Who knows? That said, yeah, we do have expeditions going out too, so hopefully eventually we will know what's going on out there. Okay, nothing new here. Mom has nothing to say to me. How are you? Hi trees, Mars says, looking up on you up and down with a sneer. Your shorts are gross. That's what you get for walking around in the dirt out there. She sniffs. Not me. I'm sticking to the ship until they pave over all that icky mud. You wonder if maybe she's scared of more than just dirt. Just getting dirty. I mean, again, it's still understandable if you lived on the ship your whole life. Landing on the notice board? Still evaluating the security. Notice, please wear your masks when out of doors during pollen season. Ambient particulate may trigger runny nose, watery eyes, and mild cough. Oh yeah, I bet allergies is something that nobody's prepared for. Upcoming events. We will be hosting our first annual Vertumnia Festival during the second month of Dust. And those are old ones, I remember those. Okay. Cool. Well, I wanna just guess continues. Do you have anything new to say? I'm sorry, I can't talk right now, Tangen says, brushing you off. I'm working on my science fair project. We are going to show them off during the Vertumlia Festival, which will be held in Dust. I have very little time. Please leave me alone. Well, I guess she's very dedicated to her studies and stuff. What does that give me? Bravery, toughness. I'm just gonna... I could do some bravery actually, that's also part of this. I don't really know what I am working towards. Like... I mean, I would like to have more empathy, but it doesn't seem like I can actually study having empathy, so... Nothing really to do there. If I have more reasoning, I can register for engineering classes, which actually sounds pretty useful. So maybe I should do some reasoning, which I have, what, 0 right now? Well, let's try those ones this time. They are putting a lot on me as a 10-year-old to decide my future and what I should be studying. I don't think at this age... I'm wondering, did I had an idea what I want to do with my life when I was 10? When I was 10, I probably was in like 4th grade? 3rd grade? I don't think I put even one thought into what I will do in the future, or had any idea of what I want to do with my life. I was just going through the motions of going to school and studying and doing what adults tell me to do. And just like, other than that, having fun with my friends and playing on the computer and riding the bike. But like, as far as like schooling goes, I definitely had no idea what I'm doing. But again, that's a completely different situation when you are on the alien planet and you need to be a person who will propel this new society and civilization into new ages of expansion, I guess. Good afternoon, my burgeoning biologists and up-and-coming chemists. Professor Hall welcomes you back to your old classroom. This afternoon we will learn what I like to call the wet sciences. Okay. He gestures to his hollow projected lesson plan. Biology, chemistry, medicine, ecology, and geology. I'm sure there is more wet sciences than that. Right, what about like oceanology? That's definitely a wet science. You will learn a little bit of everything with opportunities for further study in your favorite field. If you are looking for something a little drier, try registering for engineering classes. I can't, I'm not reasonable enough. Okay. I don't think I can make it. I made it. Oh yeah, because it's like the same number, you get more from that. I need to review the tutorial of this. Yeah. Okay, well, I will look at it more later. I'm becoming smarter and smarter person constantly. And I wake up from an afternoon nap. And I need to drink some water. Okay, I drank some water. You squint into the pink tinged light slanting through the windows. You must have fallen asleep in the lounge. Tammy's shadow fell across your nest of pillows. "Oh, I'm sorry, Tris," she says, giggling. "I didn't mean to wake you up. It's just so nice outside, with pollen sparkling in the sunlight. I wanted to open the windows." You rub your eyes blurry. You're having the weirdest dream. Since you're awake, you should visit the cafeteria. Aotie Sedent is making a new kind of candy. She says it's made of cotton. Isn't that weird? I have to go tidy the crash first, and then I will meet you there. Save some for me, okay? Okay. Do I want free candy? Probably. I mean, who would say no to the free candy? Especially when you are on the alien planet and who knows what kind of candy she's making and what out of. In the cafeteria, Auntie Sident is cheerfully handing out the masses of pink candy, puffy and soft like clouds. "Oh, Tris," she says, handing you a wand with some candy spun around the end. "Here, try some of this. We used to have it on Earth." I actually never like it too much. So, it's just like sugar. Is it actually a different ingredient in like the cotton candy than sugar? I'm not sure. You pull off a piece and give it a taste. It's so sweet at first that your mouth puckers. You never tasted anything so sweet and so real. It's not at all like the soy sweets that the kitchen nanoprinter can make. It melts in your mouth, leaving a gritty residue on your tongue. You wait until everyone is gone, but Tammy never shows up. That's worrying. You look down at the cotton candy in your hands. It's wilted a little from the humidity, but it's kind of like her hair, you think. Pale pink and so soft. You keep some to give her later. My friend is like a cotton candy. You are relaxing in your family quarters after dinner. Your mom had to run off on some kind of council business, so you and your dad are playing a holo game together. I mean, they were accurate, I suppose, with their description. But that's kind of how it tastes. I just never really liked cotton candy, so sounded accurate to me. We people on Earth with our weird, gross sweets. I mean, I think I liked it when I was very, very young. But since then, my palate refined to more complex sweets. That's actually something I remember when I was like a child or teenager, and my dad would be eating like oatmeal cookies or like those digestive biscuits, and then he would say they are so amazing and delicious, but to me it felt like it was so plain and boring. And now when I'm like being 20 something, slowly getting to being 30 years old, suddenly I like digestive biscuits and like oatmeal cookies and stuff like that, and all this stuff that my parents consider to be sweet. So I guess there is something to it. My dad also likes to eat white cheese with ketchup. I'm not gonna do that. When you're just about ready to head off to bed, your mom returns. You can tell from the defeated slant of her shoulders that something has gone horribly wrong. Your dad starts to ask her what happened, but she waves him away and approaches you. Well, that's not good. What did the council decided? She sits down and takes your hand, holding it between her two strong, teared, creased ones. Tris, I'm so sorry to have to tell you this, she starts. Her mouth quivers and she swallows, working on her next words. There was an accident this afternoon in the creche where my friend was there cleaning, apparently, and she never showed up. So this is making me nervous. That escalated extremely quickly. But I liked her. I mean, even if I hated her, that wouldn't really change the fact. But I liked her. And there was this other girl that had a crush on her. Your friend Tammy has died. Why? I mean, honestly, we are on an alien planet surrounded by all kinds of alien dangers out there. And then somebody dies when they were cleaning a rest area. I don't know, that makes it even like from like a perspective of a person in there. It just makes it even like more upsetting. That it's not even that she was doing something dangerous, it just kind of happened. You try to understand her words. Tammy dead? That's not possible. You suddenly remember the cotton candy you were saving to give Tammy, pink and fluffy just like her hair. You put your hand in your pocket to get it, but what comes out is a sticky dark red lump of hard goo. You stare at it, your mind blank. I mean, I wanna know what happened. Your mom tells you, as simply as possible, that Tammy was killed by an electric shock from a broken hollow projector. It was just an accident. You press her for an explanation. A little girl is dead. Someone how you would grow up with, someone so much like you. She wasn't sick or anything, you just saw her this morning. She was right here, there. Why? Wow. Yeah, I mean, that just really sucks. Like, I don't know, I feel like, in a way, for everybody being here on this alien planet on the colony, like, I mean, not me because I'm like 10, so I don't know if I have this perspective, but like, at least for the adults, you would think that they expect that it's gonna be dangerous and that something may happen to them. But then just dying because some piece of equipment malfunctioned when you weren't even doing anything dangerous, that just seems unfair. But I guess that's how life is. Unfair sometimes. But that's not good. Your mom eyes are sad when she tells you. Sometimes there is just no reason why. And that's realistic. You aren't used to dealing with that and you don't know what you're supposed to say or do. You sort of mumble, okay, then get changed and crouch into bed a full hour before your bedtime. A long time ago, I had I was very bad at math, so I had like a math teacher. I don't know how that's called in English. Like the math teacher when somebody comes to your house to teach you math, and you pay them for that. And I would see him, I think, like once or twice every week. And then one day, I was waiting for him to come in, just like playing on the computer. And it wasn't like a friend or somebody, it was like an adult man who was teaching me math. And it's not like I knew much about his life or anything. But I still like knew him and like hung out with him one-on-one twice a week for an amount of months. So I was waiting for him to come in and sitting at the computer, and then my mom walks in and she just tells me that she just got a phone call from like his wife or somebody that he died. And I was just sitting there and I just kind of said, I don't even know if I said like anything. I was just like, okay. Like I had no idea what to say to that information. Like what do you even say when suddenly somebody tells you that somebody died? They know each other, they were friends, but I didn't know that person. And I felt like bad and like upset, and like I still feel bad when I think about it that somebody died because life is precious. But yeah, I definitely had like no idea how to react in that moment. They never teach you how to react when something bad like that happens. You try to fall asleep, but you toss and turn for hours. You eventually drift off to fitful dreams of that small sticky red lump of cotton candy. And now, for the rest of my life, I will be having some kind of trauma reaction related to a cotton candy. Wow. We were here for like not even a full year and somebody died when cleaning. And I feel bad about it. Okay, well, we should talk to other people, I guess. Tank is pacing around in front of engineering. She looks upset. It shouldn't have happened, she says. Tammy, what happened to Tammy? It shouldn't have been possible. There was no reason for that hollow projector to break. Professor Hall said it was recently serviced, and nothing was wrong with it before it just... She gestures angrily. Just blew up for no reason. Nobody would have wanted to hurt her, so why? How? It doesn't add up. I mean, sure it's possible somebody did some kind of, I don't know, sabotage. For what? To kill a 10-year-old? I mean, there are some evil people out there, so it's not like that doesn't happen, unfortunately, and real life sucks, but I would hope in this colony of ours we don't have to worry about something like that. But yeah, this escalated quickly. And sometimes things just don't add up. Sometimes just accidents happen. Sorry, Tris, I want to think about this some more. I hate when I can't find the answer. I mean, I would love to know exactly what happened too. Wish she just went with me. We could just go and have cotton candy together. And I bet this was her mom. That person who made the cotton candy. We just could have gone together. Anemone is chucking rocks at the strato, sending metallic clanks ringing through the colony. Stupid planet, she yells. Stupid Krish, stupid spaceship. She bends down to pick up another rock, but instead just sobs and braces her hands on her knees. Stupid everything. Why she have to die? It's not fair. Kids aren't supposed to die. Oof. I mean, yeah. That was kind of painful line. So I'm sorry, I keep misgendering you, I don't know why. So she's going through like the anger. She's like going through some kind of, what is it? Denial, I guess. Can you believe Tammy died? This asked morbidly. I heard Chief Engineer Instance tell someone about it. He lowers his voice. Tammy got shocked by a broken hollow projector, the one in the creche with the dancing teddy bear, you remember? When she touched it, she got chucked all the way across the room. He makes a sailing motion with his hand, and bam! She was dead before she even landed. You are weirdly fascinated by that, but you are also 10-year-old. It's not like you know how to react to any of this. I don't want to say that because I do want to know the details of what happened to my friend that I genuinely cared about, even if they are as gruesome as they are. But I also don't want to say that because that just sounds like I'm being weird about it or disrespectful, or like we are, I don't know. It just has a weird vibe to it. But again, we are also barely 10-year-old, and nobody ever told us how to deal with something like this. So, we are doing our best. This suddenly looks embarrassed. Yeah, I mean, it's too bad she's gone. She was nice. He tugs at the sleeves of his oversized jacket. But that's kind of a cool way to die. Oh my god. People are saying words, and those words are bothering my brain and my heart. I mean, I guess if you... Wait. Okay. My mod left, so I have to ban people on my own. Okay, sorry. So yeah, I suppose, I don't know. I don't think there is anything that you could call a cool way to die. I think the only real cool way to die is when my mod is on the bed. I think the only real cool way to die is when you are like, I don't know, elderly, and you lived your whole life happily, and you are just going to sleep and peacefully dying of old age. I think that's the only real cool way to die, if we can even discuss that in those ways. Cal is sitting in your mom's flower garden with his face in his hands. He's clearly been crying all morning and probably all of yesterday too. I will be probably crying too, honestly. He and Tammy were really close. Whenever you guys used to play house in the creche, Tammy was always the mommy and Cal was the daddy, even though you were just little kids. You kind of always giggled about how obviously they were gonna be together forever, like a princess and a knight. Maybe I can somehow use my wormhole magical knowing future powers to undo this. Is that also wishful thinking? I don't want my friend to be dead, and it's also such a pointless, stupid death. I mean, all the deaths are kind of pointless and stupid, I guess. But I don't know, just like taking into account circumstances, like if she was eaten by a monster or something, at least it would make sense, you know? Like for people who are like actively in mourning when somebody dies, like at least that would make sense. But like we were gonna go have candy together and she just went to clean and then she just died because a screen malfunctioned. And it just can happen to anybody at any time. So I guess, you know, go tell people you care about that you care about them in case they will go clean and die because a TV will shock them. Not that I want that to happen to anybody, but yeah. Everything is upsetting. I mean, he's clearly not okay. So let's just try to be relatable. Me too, he sniffs, looking up at you. You can see how puffy and red his eyes are. Me really too. I'm always like these flowers, he mumbles. Sometimes I picked some for her. He runs his hands over the pretty white flowers. Don't tell your mom, okay? Well, I won't. Tears well up and slowly leak out of his eyes. He doesn't even blink, just stares at the flowers as the tears run down his cheeks. You decide to give him some space. I can't believe how quickly somebody died, anyway. It was like... Ugh! I knew something bad would happen. I mean, we all knew something bad would happen. The trigger warnings told us. Mars is staring into space, looking somber. She doesn't even notice as you come up beside her and barely reacts when you say hello. Yeah, which is realistic and true, and speaking from like a person playing a game perspective, they were definitely going for a kind of it just happens sometimes and that's life. But like no matter of reasoning and rationalization will make it any less upsetting. I'm thinking about Tammy, she says quietly. She used to sit down the hill there, in that spot in the sun. Every morning, she would just sit there for hours in the sun, doing nothing, just being happy. Yeah, I wish she could just get to see more in the sun. You stare down the hill to the spot near the entrance to the quarters. You can imagine her there, working on some little craft project, humming to herself. She was nice to everybody. And now she is dead, Mara says, making a face. How is that for fair? Of all the people, how come it had to be my friend? Oof. Yeah, you don't have an answer. You never heard Mars call Tammy her friend before, but of course she was. Tammy was everyone's scared little sister, even though she was older than most of you. Mars clicks her tongue. Oh yeah, Administrator Saig is looking for you. I guess they need someone to do the delivery jobs. She waves vaguely at the door behind her, distracted by her thoughts. Am I in any state to do delivery jobs when my friend just died a pointless death? I also found an egg. That's random. Do my parents have something to say about the situation? Your dad gives you a hug. Sorry you are feeling blue, Tris, he says. Things will start to look up again soon. My friend died. I didn't think you can just say I'm feeling blue, but... Your mom pats your shoulder encouragingly. I'm so sorry, Tris. And that said, it sounds like I can expect from everybody to... Oh. Who are you? You stepped cautiously through the colony gates. Tris. Uncle Tunin sighs as he blocks your path. He looks like he hasn't been sleeping. I'm sorry, but you shouldn't be out here. Our children are so young and so precious. So fragile. Please stay near the ship. Yeah, they were clearly a family, so... I'm sure her family is taking it extremely difficult. Well, I guess we can look at where we are living. An info window pops up on your holopalm when you get closer. What do you want to know about? Well, I want to know why my friend had to die for no reason. That's what I want to know. But I don't think this map will tell me, so let's just learn about the geography of our land. The prosaic plains lay far to the north of the colony, where the higher elevation natural tilt of the planet makes bromitic snow fall more regularly in every season. Though prone to sudden storm flurries, the plains are a relatively safe space to explore, filled with mostly herbivorous xenofauna. Sounds pleasant. The Valley of Vertigo. The Valley of Vertigo is a low-lying trench to the east that's dense with pollen-producing trees. There is a wide variety of edible food here, both plant and animal products, leading to some of the explorers calling this place the breadbasket of Verdumna. There are a number of animals here that the geoponics would be interested in domesticating. Oh. It sounds more pleasant than the name was suggesting it will be. The Western Wrestling Range. This tongue-twisting region is the broken spine of the planet, home to both dizzying heights and abyssal lows. It's always hot and arid here no matter the season. Traversing those steep chasms is dangerous and only to be done by those with sufficient glider training. However, there are some interesting ruins here to explore. Ew, that's actually fascinating. If there are ruins there, that means somebody used to live there, like a civilization. Like, I thought we were on, like, uncharted planet where nobody really left. Nobody was living ever before. But it sounds like that's not the case. How interesting. To the south is a vast boggy wilderness home to dangerous animals and hazardous weather conditions. Exploration in this area is only to be done with extreme caution. Okay, well, I'm not going there. Bestiary. Float cow. Those cumbersome-looking creatures are actually lighter than air due to large helium sacs on dorsal and ventral sides. Okay. Good luck resting and lying down. I'm sorry that you just got to come in here to listen about people dying and everybody being sad. Kind of bad time, I guess. Carefully balancing of helium and urine allows them to control their elevation. Wonderful. Yeah, the fashion is great. And you know who else had great fashion? Tammy. And now she's dead. I barely got to know her. Even though I knew her for 10 years. But I didn't really. Because I just started playing when I was 10. Okay, anyway. They produce a salty, high-protein milk substance for feeding their young that is also nutritious for humans. Is it salty because of the urine? I don't know if... I mean... Do I want to drink that? I already don't drink milk from our earth cows anyway. How pay? A communal creature with two disparate sets of eyes and one strong foot, used for both locomotion and defense. Though harmless, those small warriors can be fielded in groups. Manticore. Highly intelligent and predatory, their plumage changes according to the season. Their body is composed almost entirely of dangerous weapons. Do not approach. I won't approach, then bye. He looks so sad. Everybody is sad. That's what happens when somebody dies. Maybe I should just go shower some dirt. I feel like showering some dirt would be something I would like to do after I'm dealing with the dead of my friend. I will never forget how stressed I am. I mean, I am quite stressed. I think, yeah. I feel like for me personally, being in like nature and gardening and stuff, that would be something I would like to do. And I would cry when I am showering in the dirt. Can I even make it? I can. I also have egg. I victoriously showered some dirt. And I look super upset. The colony is going to hold a funeral for Tammy. Do you want to attend? If you don't feel up to it, you could just skip it and take the month off instead. Or you could get back to work. Yeah. I think I would go. Maybe I should just keep the egg forever. The colonists gather in the recycling room. Bringing organics down to be recycled here is one of your chores, but you've only come here for a funeral twice. Both times a colonist had passed away from natural causes during the 20-year-old journey from Earth. Huh. That's actually not a lot of dead in 20 years. But I guess they probably picked fairly young people to go. So I guess nobody would really have much time to die from old age in 20 year or long time. And they probably have enough advanced technology to I would at least imagine they have advanced enough technology to deal with like a lot of sicknesses and injuries and stuff. Which honestly, it just makes it even more upsetting when you think about it. Because we went on the spaceship, traveled on a spaceship enclosed in this, like, surrounded by space for 20 years. And entirely of the time, only 2 people died. And then, pretty much the year we land on the planet, somebody gets shocked by a computer and just dies. I don't know. Also, just like few scenes ago, I had a dream about somebody dying. So, this is the first time there's been a funeral in Vertumna, and the first time for someone you actually knew. The mouth of the organics recycle has been polished, and a wreath of yellow flowers placed over the opening. Inside you can see a shrouded figure, Tammy's small fragile body. Tammy's dad, Uncle Tonyin, is here, as well as your parents, and Autie Sident, and the rest of the council. Cal is here with his mom and her parents, and her partners. Why they read parents? Cal is here with his mom and her partners, already crying in their arms. Is she polyamorous? Is that the word? The room is packed with people, and the feeling of grief is so thick you can taste it in your mouth. I was just literally saying there was probably no elderly people on the ship, and there is an elderly person. Governor Audicott stands before the assembled crowd. There are no words to ease the pain we feel today, she begins solemnly. There is only the sad company of those of us left behind to share the burden of that grief. Tammy was our child, she continues, wanted of the first humans to be born in space, and the first to die on an alien planet. Well, that's not the kind of way I want to go become part of history. In her short life, she exemplified the very arc of human accomplishment, bending hopefully towards life beyond our humble earth. She is the first of us who can truly call Verdumna home. Her passing was as senseless as it was sudden. Losses like this are impossible to halt within oneself, a painful reminder that life is impossibly precious and fragile. But they also remind us, as always, that as a community, we are capable of great strength. Eudicott closes the door to the recycle. You hear Uncle Tonin sob over the hum of the particles disintegrators beginning their work. As a community, we remember Tammy. As a community, we return her body to the soil that nourishes us. In this way, Tammy, our child from the stars, will never truly be lost to us. That's just like such a sad way to be set like for your life, for the rest of your life. To have your friend die when you are 10 and they were 10. Like, ideally, I would love if for every person it's gonna be at least like few decades of their life before people start dying, you know? I don't know. I feel like that would be nice. The ceremony is adjourned, but a few people stay back to console Uncle Tonin as he keeps vigil over the recycle. Carl and Uncle Tonin hold each other and weep openly. Your mom stays behind to receive Tammy's remains, as the head of geoponics should be responsible for adding them to the colony's precious supply of brown soil from Earth. She will really nourish us. I mean, that's okay. That's honestly kind of nice that you really go back to the soil and become one with the nature again. I bet in like some amount of generations of or years of like decades or centuries, I don't know what's the amount of time for this, but I bet eventually if that's how they continue doing like funerals and stuff, some kind of religion would like arise around this. You will have the gardeners be the priests, and it will be like some religion of like circle of life. I mean, that's how humans work. We always come up with some religion, so. Your dad accompanies you out of the recycling room. He clears his throat. I want you to know that you don't need to be okay, he says, clasping his warm hand on your shoulder. If you want to take the rest of the month off, everyone's going to understand. See, I like that. Everybody's so understanding that people have emotions and feelings and that they go through things and that sometimes you just need to take care of yourself. And I was definitely planning to take the month off because I'm stressed like all hell. And now I'm a bit less stressed. The prospect of just going back to school like everything is normal is too much to handle. You end up spending the whole month alternating between sleeping, scrolling the holonet and staring into space. It's restful at least, and everyone gives you the time you need to process time is dead. And that's what people should do. If you are dealing with something, if you are dealing with some feelings or some difficult situation, you should give yourself time to process your feelings. Although I understand it's not always entirely possible in the way, with the way we have the world set up, because we all need money to live, but just try to do whatever you can to be nice to yourself. And now it's late pollen and early dust. And there is a festival soon, as far as I remember. And Tammy will not get to attend because she's dead. Okay. Hi. Carl is scratching a stick listlessly in the dirt, seemingly uninterested in your presence until you get right in his face. Oh, hey, Tris, he says, mastering up a hollow smile. Sorry, I don't really feel like playing today. I hope we have some kind of like psychologist or somebody included in the people who came to this uh, to this colony, because I feel like that's like a super necessary position to have, a super necessary person to have. I feel like some professional psychological help should be offered to all of those 10-year-old people who have completely no idea how to healthily handle this kind of situation. So I just hope they are getting some kind of mental health assistance. Did I found something you may like? An egg. I assume he would care more for an egg. Do you want to see an egg? Is that an alien egg? Carl exclaims. Whoa, I wonder what's inside it. If it's still warm, maybe we can hatch it. He lifts it up and scrutinizes it. Anemon's always talking about wanting to eat a big old alien egg, he says. If this one's not fertilized, I will give it to her. Well, at least I think I made his day a bit better with my egg. And I harvested a log. Okay. I made somebody's day better with my egg. Hi! You have nothing to say to me. What about you? Nope. He's always hanging somewhere near the gate or near the wall, and it worries me. If he's having like some weird plans or something of sneaking outside. This is sitting on the ground just outside the gate, under the watchful eye of someone working in expeditions. We are just as stuck here as we were on the ship, he mumbles, but he doesn't say anything else after that. I mean, technically that's correct and that's true, but there is probably still like bigger space the colony is than the ship itself, and you also get to experience not being completely enclosed in like a box. And also, you are on the planet now, so eventually I imagine we will continue expanding, and then you will be a bit less stuck. Do I have something that interests you? Would the blog interest him? I don't know if he cares for something like that. Okay. Look at the air waving. I guess it's really hot. Hi, you. Ugh, I have all those kudos and nowhere to spend them yet. Mars is singing. Sex says that the depot store won't be open till next year. How am I supposed to show off how much better and harder working I am than everyone else? I guess you care a lot about your status. Annie notices. Nope. Nothing new. Okay, bye. I guess I will just continue studying. Did I miss anybody up here? Down here? You are still here. Yeah, that's the same. How are you? Tris, Tanget says, approaching you with purpose. We need to discuss my brother. Okay. Yes, I didn't even know they are related, but that's good to know. Yes, this, she says impatiently. I need you to figure out where he's been disappearing. Ever since we landed, I barely see him anymore. He doesn't even come home at night sometimes, and She trails off and looks at her feet. Well, I am not on very good terms with my brother of late, but people are becoming worried. You get the feeling Tank is the one who is worried, but she doesn't want to admit it. Don't you have parents or something? Don't they not worry when he doesn't come home at night? Or even if you don't have like parents, don't you have some kind of legal guardian? Also, are people okay? I don't know. I don't want to be disrespectful now towards 10-year-old, but are people who are 10-year-olds this articulate? And do they? I don't remember. I'm trying to remember how good handle of words I had when I was 10. I don't remember. Well, that's fair. But I feel like majority of the people in this game seem to be pretty having quite a good way with words, I guess. I don't know. It's just hard to remember how I was behaving when I was 10. I mean, I was definitely talking with people. But what about? That's fair. And also, admittedly, all those 10-year-olds in over here grew up in like very different environment that we ever did. I mean, they were on the spaceship, probably surrounded by all kinds of smart people, and usually, as far as various fictional works of art come, when you have people living on the spaceship, they usually really like educate their kids because they want the like kids to be able to survive in whatever alien world or whatever. So I feel like usually it's like a common thing when you have colonists for the kids to at least appear like they are smarter than like average kid. And then I guess they probably, since the people themselves are like smart, they have, I guess, smart genes or whatever, or at least are educated to like pass it over to the kids. I don't know. Well, we already have somebody who died, so I will definitely talk to him because I don't want him to get into some troubles. He probably won't tell you, Tangen says angrily. Newton April, she swears. He won't even talk to me anymore, she sighs. You might have to follow him, I would, but everyone in the lab would know I was gone. No one cares where he goes during the day. Why? I feel like they should care. Do I need to like follow him right now? You tell this that his sister Tangent wants to know where he's been disappearing off to. How could I possibly already have this much friendship with him? I don't know if that's doable in the time I had. Yeah. His eyes flit briefly to yours, then he stares vaguely off towards the engineering wing where his sister is reading on her holopalm between classes. He doesn't say anything. She is worried. She doesn't care about me, he says sullenly. Tangent's just worried she will get in trouble if I don't come home one day. It didn't sound to me like that. She seemed like she was genuinely worried, but it sounds like there is a bit of a tension in your relationship. She scowls and picks at the hem of his sweater. She doesn't care about anything but her schoolwork. Oof. Well, you should probably talk with her about that. I'm not gonna threaten him. I wonder if I can go tell her that he's kind of upset that she's busy with schoolwork all the time. That's true. Yeah, I do have 21 with my best friend, so I guess that makes sense. And the second person I had the most friendship with was Tammy. I didn't know her age, I didn't know anything about her, and she's just dead now. Okay, well, it doesn't seem like I can pick it up to her. So I kind of need more friendship with him, but I don't know where to get that friendship from, so... Okay. I do want those classes maybe someday. So I need to do the reasoning one. And biology, which is fine because I do like plants. I do want to have more persuasion too though. So this is like difficult choices to make here. Okay, let's just do that one for now. Cal might not be the most attentive student in the class, but what he lacks in book smarts he makes up for in hands-on experience. Nobody else has as much experience with the native flora and fauna as he does. Okay. I always just go on like almost exactly the same 3 cards, I feel like. Does that change anything? No. And I learned more. Cool. It's time for Vertumalia. Eudicot and the council have called a festival to celebrate life here on the planet Verdumna. Everyone gathers in the colony square to hear Governor Eudicot's speech. In Earth history, I wonder if we will now learn more about what happened with Earth, that we are here on this alien planet. Also, even the governor has great fashion. I would wear this, seriously. And everything looks so soft. I think that's part of the reason why all the clothes look so comfortable, because they are looked so soft. In Earth history, Eudicot begins and then clears her throat and waits for everyone to quiet down. In Earth history, Verdumna was known as the god of seasons, change, gardens and fruit. It's no coincidence that our forebears of the Verdumna project chose to take on such an auspicious name in the hopes of setting future bountiful seasons of humanity. We will continue this tradition of Verdumalia, a midsummer festival to celebrate our Verdumna, this lush planet upon which we find ourselves today. Yay! I mean, I like it. I like being a colonist on the alien planet, despite the hardships that happen. I think it's nice. I mean, it's not nice that my friend is dead, but that can happen on Earth too. Everyone cheers and applauds. The members of the council all get up on stage one at a time to give their own short speeches. Governor Audicot announces each one. Yeah, I remember. I keep reading that. When it's your mother Fluffus' turn, she announces that tonight you will be eating some of the very first crops grown from Verdumnam soil. That sounds exciting. Your aides go to the feast table. Aboard the stratosphere, it would have been mostly soy-based food from the nanoprinters, spiced up with what precious fruits and vegetables could be grown in the small growing boys. This year, the Earth plants look even less robust than usual, but they are supplemented by some Verdumnam plants you've come to appreciate. Juicy vatatopods and slab of edible fungi. Sounds alright to me. I mean, it's not like there is any reason to think they are not tasty. It's just fruits and vegetables from a different planet. I wonder if... I guess you would just probably need some time to get used to, but they will probably compare to the ones on Earth in some way. It's all made from the same atoms. Audicot takes the stage after everyone on the council has said their piece. What is a festival without festivities? She asks. Professor Hall and Security Chief Red have organized a 3-part competition for the kids. Good luck, children. I could do a talent show, I guess. I have some creativity. And you know what? I wish Tammy was here to see it. This plots up to the front of the stage as a pop song starts to play. He just stands there deadpan, staring into space with his arms at his sides, while the singer belts out the first verse. Then as the chorus comes in, he suddenly springs to life, dancing and lip-syncing to the lyrics frantically, waving his arms and grinning maniacally. then collapses back to standing still once the Horus is over. It's hilarious, but you aren't sure you're supposed to be laughing. Probably you're not supposed to laugh, but I appreciate the spirit. Next, Mars performs a choreographed dance routine to an old Earth song by an AI idol. She has light-emitting balls at the end of her hair which she swings around everywhere in the dim light, while controlling a small floating ball drone who dances with her. It's total overkill, but it is impressive. I think that would be probably fun to watch. I could do the comedy, I guess. And it's apparently hard. Story challenges have 3 rounds instead of 1. After every round, you will keep the cards you didn't play and unlock an extra slot to play them in. Losing isn't always a bad thing in the story challenges. There is no way I can make... What are you expecting me? Okay. Yeah, I'm not clearing that. And I'm not pushing through just for like a comedic routine either. Yeah. Well, I tried. I guess I'm not very funny. Didn't get me too stressed. And people liked it anyway. Your performance is, well, it isn't as good as whatever Mars just did, according to the judges. That was a tough act to bet. Maybe next year. See, that's nice. I tried my best. I went out there. My friends still appreciated me. I think that's nice. After the festivities are over, everyone takes time off for a much needed break. During the fierce head of dust, a few days rest is exactly what you need. You feel refreshed. Okay, well, that was fun. I mean, the festival was fun. My friend dying wasn't fun. But guess life moves on. I miss her. Well, I need to go to work soon, so just gonna make a save. And that will be it. And then we will quit. So yeah, that definitely came into play very fast. Okay, well, I guess you can expect some tragic situations to happen when you are trying to adapt to life on an alien planet. But we will make it. We will make the best of it. I will try to grow up to be an empathetic, loving person and help my friends survive, I hope, with my wormhole powers, whatever they exactly are. Okay, well, thank you for watching, whoever watched, and for hanging out. Thanks, Dre, for being here with me. Okay, bye. Oh no, wait. I should like I was gonna say I should rate somewhere, but like I don't think that anybody I really know is online. Okay, well, bye in that case. I'm not rating anyone. I don't know who to rate to. Okay, bye.